How you doing, guys? How are things? It's a lovely day here in Wicklow today. The sun is shining, the skies are blue, but it's still quite cold and it's very, very windy. I hope you can hear me. I'm reviewing a knife here that was sent to me over a month ago now by Steve McDermott. How you doing, Steve? So Steve messaged me on Facebook and he said, Shane, I have a knife, I think you might like it. I'm going to send it down to you. Put it through its paces and let me know. So anybody that knows me, you know, I can't really make a judgment on a knife over a day or two. You need to use a knife for a period of time. So anyhow, Steve sent this down to me. It is the Tops Bob knife. I know it's not a new knife, not by any stretch of the imagination. It's out for a good while, and I never really went for it. Why, I don't know, to be honest with you. Anyhow, it arrived in the post and I took it out and I put it in my hand, and straight away I knew I was going to like this knife. Okay, you know, I've always said in a lot of my videos, I believe that a knife really should be made from the handle out, and this is comfortable. It's very comfortable. I've a big pair of paws on me and this suits me. Okay, what I like about it, I'm actually going to tell you what I like and what I dislike, but anyhow, this is what I like about it. It's compact enough. It fits into the criteria that I call bush five. It's not really, it's a little bit too big to be a bushcraft knife, and it's a little bit smaller than what you'd consider your go-to survival knife, but it can actually do the duties of both, okay, which is great. It's a pretty decent hunting knife as well. I've done some game prep and stuff like that on it. You'll see pictures in the video. What is really good about it is it has an ambidextrous bow drill divot, so you guys know, you know what I'm like with bow drill fires. Works great, okay, both sides. It has this really aggressive jimping that I like. Some people don't like it. If you've got girly hands, you mightn't like it, but it suits me. Your hand is not going to slip up onto the blade, and that's what I'm about anyhow. So much so that I like this knife. I've hardly used this one, Steve, and I'll tell you why. About a day after I received this from Steve, I went and bought my own. Okay, so it's the same knife, just in a slightly different finish. They're both 1095 steel. This is in the tumble finish. Now, this thing here, it's called a Shango notch. Okay, it's meant to be for striking your ferro rod. I don't like it. I think they could have left this out. And I also think that they could have put a 90-degree spine on this. This would have, you know, made a lot of sense. Now, that said, you'll always get a spark here. I'll show that to you later, but we're going to try with a bit of battening now anyhow, okay? See how she goes. Just be careful not to bite off too much of the size of this blade, but it'll work its way through. It's a strong blade, I think about 5mm thick, 1095, so we know 1095 can work, you know. So when you're batting with a slightly smaller knife, you always have to slice the pie, okay? There's no point in going in too deep because you won't be able to strike with your baton on the tip. It's not really a Scandi grind on this either. I would consider it a kind of a sabre grind, because there is a secondary at the end there. But it's a good strong edge. I will say it didn't arrive very sharp, to be fair. Now I had to put an edge on it, but other than that, like, I mean, I wouldn't worry about stuff like that, because we're all going to have to put an edge on a knife sooner or later anyhow. So now I'm just going to come back to you in a second, okay? We'll just get something and strike a ferro rod with it. Okay, so we've battened that down here. We've a little bit of fluff here. I'm going to try and strike a ferro rod with it. As you can see, it does feather. Obviously a knife this size is going to feather. This will be a great companion. It would be a great companion as a skinning knife, you know, because you've got that good round section here, it would be a good skinning knife. I have done a little bit of game prep on it. Now, here's the problem, and it's a problem that runs through a lot of tops knives. It wouldn't be a difficult remedy, but this won't strike a ferro rod along here, okay? And this Shango notch, look, I'm not even going to use it on my good ferro rod, because what it does is it causes ridges within your ferro rod, and then when you come with a straight edge, it's going to hop along those ridges, and you have to wear your edge down then again. So up here at the tip, on most knives that won't strike a ferro rod, puckos and stuff like this, where the blade meets the tip up here, you usually will get a spark, okay? So you can see that's working away there. I'll just put that out. So that's pretty much basically the Tops Bob knife. I think Bob stands for Brothers of Bushcraft. This exposed pommel here, one thing I do like about it, and I am a fan of an exposed pommel, because you can take your batten and use your knife like a chisel, okay? And that's definitely of huge benefit, you know, in a potential survival type situation, that you can do that, okay? I like this knife. Steve, I'm going to send this back to you in the next few days. I know I have it a long time, but to be fair, you can't make a decision on a knife, you know, overnight. You have to use it and test it. Even though, you know, when you're used to using knives, I have a good idea when I put a knife in my hand whether it's going to work for me. It is a great knife, there's no doubt about that. Okay guys, we're going to be back here soon in the next few days. We've a whole load of knives to go through, and we're going to show you some of the ones we're going through in the next few weeks. Right, thanks for tuning in guys, see ya.